Hi everyone. In the last class we have discussed about the physical form of matter. They are solids, liquids and gases. In this class we will about chemical form of matter. Okay, chemically matter can be divided into two types. First one is pure form and second one is impure form. The pure form of matter again divided into elements and compounds. First we will discuss about the elements. Okay, what is element? When the particles of a substance contain only one type of atom, for example, it is made up of single component or it is the purest form of matter, that substances is called as elements. In the elements, the smallest particle may be atom or molecule. But what is known as particle? Let's go with an example. I have a piece of paper and I would like to tear or cut the paper exactly off. I repeat the same until I am not able to tear or cut the paper again. Now the paper became small and I am unable to cut again. And the small paper what is called as particle. And next one, particle. The smallest part of matter is called as particle. This is also another definition. And matter is made up of tiny particles known as atom. For example, any element. And next one, why do we name elements? Do you know what gold is called in your language? Gold. But in other languages it would have a different name. There are so many languages in the world that is not possible to know the different names of each element in different languages. To help scientists communicate without confusion, we must have one name for each element that is accepted by everyone. And next one is the symbols of elements. In the chemistry, lot of reactions is there. It will be a waste of time to write the full name of the elements and compounds every time to describe reactions. Using short form or symbols for naming the elements is one solution. For example, hydrogen have H. Hydrogen is indicated by H and oxygen O, chlorine Cl, bromine Br and beryllium Be. In the periodic table, 118 elements are there. Among actually what happened, the elements are exist in different phases. Among 118 elements, hydrogen, helium, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine, neon, chlorine, argon, krypton, xenon and radon are gases. At room temperature, bromine and mercury are liquids and remaining all are solids. Elements again divided metals, non-metals, metalloids and inert gases. Okay, first one is the metals. Metals have some specific properties. They are hard and ductility, sonority, malleability, lustrous and conductors of heat and electricity. And the elements which possess all above the properties are called as metals. And next one, metals are hard. They can't be broken easily and require a lot of energy and strength to break. For example, iron is used to make cars, buildings, ships, etc. And next one is the metals are ductile. Metals are ductile, which means that they can be used to make thin wires. For example, copper. The copper metal is drawn into wires. And next one, metals are malleable. They are malleable, which means that they can be pounded into thin sheets. All the metals can be beaten into thin sheets with a hammer. For example, gold, aluminium, copper. And next one is the metals are lustrous. They have a luster that makes them shine. For example, gold is used for making jewelry. Metals are sonorous. Metals produce sound when hit with an object. For example, copper and gold. And next one is the metals are good conductors of heat and electricity. For example, silver, copper. These are the examples of metals are conductors, and metals are good conductors of heat and electricity. And next one is the non-metals. An element or substance that is not a metal, that is called a non-metal. They do not possess properties of metals. For example, hydrogen, fluorine, bromine. These are examples of the nonmetals. And nonmetals soft in nature, they can shine or dull. They are poor conductors of heat and electricity. And metals brittle in nature, nonmetals brittle in nature, they don't have malleable character. And when we apply some force on nonmetals, then they break into pieces. This is all about the nonmetals. And next one is the metallites. Elements which present in between metals and nonmetals are called as metallites. These are shows some properties of metals and some of nonmetals. For example, arsenic has the visual appearance of a metal but is poor conductor of electricity. And next one is the inert gases. Inert gases are stable elements in the periodic table. They do not involve in the reaction. The noble gases often do not react with many substances. For example, helium, neon, argon, krypton, xenon, radon. These are also called as 18th group elements or 0 group elements. These are very stable elements in the periodic table, and these gases do not react with any other elements. Next one is the noble gases are most stable due to having the maximum number of valence electrons their outer shell. And next these are also called as octet rule satisfied elements. This is all about the elements. In next we will discuss about some other basic concepts of chemistry. If you have any doubts in this video, let me know through comment section. If you like this video, please like, share and subscribe. Thank you.